everyone, and a warm welcome to Digital Dialogues powered by CXO Digital Pulse. India's geospatial landscape is surging, powered by organizations and various startups that are harnessing location based data to transform agriculture, logistics, and urban planning. The government's 2021 policy reforms are easing the regulations, fueling innovation and global interest. Tech hubs in major cities are driving collaboration among entrepreneurs, researchers, and policymakers, unlocking geospatial's intelligence potential. With ongoing support and investment, India is on the track to become a global leader in geospatial solutions. And today we have Mr. Rahul Jain with us, who is the founder of Matrix Geo, which is a geospatial solution organization and is bridging the gap between data analytics and location intelligence. By equipping businesses and communities with real time insights, they are reshaping how we plan and manage both urban spaces and natural landscape. A very warm welcome, Rahul.
Thank you for having me here. Uh, uh, I would say that here CXO Magazine is doing wonderful job in connecting dots as far as technology is concerned and giving more insights to the industry that how the technology is booming up and connecting all of people together.
Rahul, straight away going to when you started Matrix Geo, that was in way back 2008. So we really would like to understand how did this initial idea got incepted, or what initially inspired you to start Matrix Geo?
Well, when you talk about how the Matrix Geo has started, I was having wonderful experience working with geospatial technologies earlier to what we have started in India. So we were doing a lot of work. I used to work for a multinational called Camsix India. That's a Danish multinational, and we were doing a lot of modern survey technological works in Europe as well as in America and in Australian regions. So we thought that at that time we were doing a lot of aerial surveys, lidar surveys, and different type of mobile lidar surveys across the globe, but not anything happening in India. And we thought that there is a huge gap in Indian market because India was something. It is a huge continent, and there is a huge scope of infrastructure development. And at that particular time frame, the infrastructure was actually developing in India. And we find that nobody in India is actually doing engineering modern survey technological surveys. So when we figured out there's a huge gap in the market, so we start working upon it. In 2008, when we started, we were only doing the jobs for Europe and America. And when we see something we were trying to do a lot of work in India, but somehow the penetration was very low, and people are not accepting the quality or the quantity of the jobs in India, and they were not receptive of these kind of technologies in India. They were more keen to do the things with the help of total station and traditional survey technologies. So we penetrated a lot, we initiated a lot, and we struggled a lot to get this thing, penetrated in the Indian market. You can say that we got one of our projects in 2012 in India.
Okay.
There we started with the satellite-based technologies, and they mesmerized it once they saw the data. And then after we started our journey, and in 2013 we started with drone-based surveys. We were the first civilian company who started with drone-based surveys in India, and that was majorly for the Indian railways and Indian highways. Yeah, and that is the thing that. And actually, it is making a pivotal role in the shift of technologies from the traditional survey to modern survey technologies. And this actually corrected the inefficiencies in the surveys, and limiting the limitations, as well as we have seen, we witnessed a lot of things where we have corrected the inaccurate data sets, making the corrections in that survey data and helping the engineers a lot. We had done several enormous projects related to modern survey technologies, whereas the high-end survey was required and traditional survey was not at all possible. And
Okay.
that's led me to establish Matrix Geo Solutions as a platform to deliver state-of-art modern survey technological trends as well as the new adaptive technologies.
Okay. And I understand with all these challenges of ensuring that the way the technology was initially perceived by the organizations or the consumers here in India, there would be a lot of technological shifts also.
Yeah.
So what was the lean strategy or any approach, any specific approach that have really proven well for you when you were coming with this Matrix Geo in scaling the overall reach for this market?
See, when you see the market scenarios starting from 2010 probably, because GIS market was earlier there and they used to work with kind of low resolution satellite images and all that. As the time is, passing, the technology shift is coming up. Day by day it is coming up. So earlier we used to work with the aerial images. Now at the moment, then satellite images came into the picture, and then right now drone images are coming up. Then there is a lidar drone systems are coming up. Earlier there was the aerial lidar was there or helicopter based lidar was there. So shifting of the technology was there, and we always emphasizing on integrating the different technologies together and is making the scalable solution for this. Now we are using wherever it is required. When you have to do large scale mapping, then you should utilize the satellite images in one go, and then when you have to do the very great or very high scale mapping, then we need to utilize the drone based mapping. So we are combining both together. So there is we are shifting it in that way. And when you have to do engineering scale mapping, then you have to 100% utilize the drone mapping as well as the lidar mapping. Okay, so there is a shift of these both technologies together, and we are also doing a lot of R&D in that regard, because if you wanted to grow that, you have to do the different type of R&Ds and product development and software development. Right now there is a buzzword of AI, ML, and all that, but we are working in that direction too. We have shifted our work not only for the mapping purposes for the mass scale, but we are now doing a lot of work related to railways, station yard modeling. Railway stations are there. We are remodeling them. We are not only doing the mapping, but we are also doing the complete detailed solution of it. Like in the mining sector was not utilizing the drone-based surveys earlier or satellite-based surveys earlier. Right now, we are changing the whole scenario by shifting them to traditional to modern survey technologies like drone and lidar survey, whereas we are doing complete volumetric calculations for that, and so that we are leveraging the technologies in that regard, so that every day they are or maybe every week they are doing the volumetric calculation by what is the volume, because it is now easy and very accurate. The deviation is about less than 1% of it. Beside this, we have also started scaling up. Scaling up is not only the scaling of the technology, but you also scale up the resources as well. So when you go into that particular shift, you also need to do the capacity building. So we have started two institutions, Institute of Photogrammetry and Geoinformatics and Drone Academy of India in that regard. So whereas we are training the people around the corners, and we are also training the corporates into this technology, whereas they can learn and they can start their career into this direction. And we have been
This is
running.
definitely a great step, because while you have moved in such a field space where initially awareness was something which was missing, and you have full come to a full cycle where from that awareness now you are there into ensuring that the students, because that's this collaboration of organizations, the enterprises with the education fraternity is really important, because when students are coming out of the colleges, they should be well aware, technically sound in where they would like to pitch in terms of the jobs. And this really helps to ensure that we have those specific skill sets ready in the workforce which is just entering the organizations.
So we are tied up with several universities in India, and we are running the regular courses for IHE, Indian Highway Academy, and IRICON, which is a railway institution, and another one is NWA, which is National Water Academy. So we are running the awareness courses on regular basis, so that not only the students, we are training the corporate as well, so that they will learn the technology and they will adapt the technology into their engineering part of it. We are also, investing in talented skills, maybe from the IITs or different other institutions in India, helping them to do something research oriented, whereas we can make out some new survey technologies or some new products. Maybe everybody is talking about AI ML. So we are talking about how these two things, drone survey and LiDAR survey, data can be more utilized in a better perspective, so that it can really help the engineers and the fraternity and
Okay.
can make
And
good impact.
considering all these emerging technologies, like you mentioned that you have already started exploring how data AI analytics part and the ML part can actually collaborate with the geospatial solutions. How do you envision that maybe in next 5 years things would evolve for the specific segments, and how do you think this industry is moving towards that space?
See, in my opinion, when you look at the AI-driven automation, yes, certainly it will go, and it will go drastically. It will change the world. Like ChatGPT is doing a lot of work at this moment, but still there are a lot of things to happen in this scenario, because data is so complex. The lidar and geospatial data is so complex. It will really take a little bit time, but people and we also have to start working upon it. The very small example is like we were doing earlier. We used to do the manual based surveys for the bridge and pothole detections
Okay.
on the roads. Okay, there are almost 70,000 bridges are there in India. Okay, and you have to do every year recognition surveys, so that you can figure out if everything is good enough or not. Am I right? So for that, if we just capture the whole data on a different angles, and we start figuring out the structure, each and every chord of the bridge, then it takes a hell lot of time. So we made a AI based model, and then we are able to do lot of rivet modeling, potholes, the cracks, and some deterioration. Or if it is a iron bridge, then we can figure out the erosions in that particular area. So we worked on that, and we trained the whole model, AI model, and now we are able to do it faster. So
Okay.
AI-driven technologies can really help in that direction, whereas the repetitive work is to be happen. Okay, and the next thing which I can see is the end-to-end final geospatial solution is our key area, where we are looking at it in the next 5 years. We wanted to be, expanding our offerings, providing comprehensive and turnkey solutions, from data acquisition to actionable insights. So whereas we are going to tailor for industries like infrastructure, railways, road, highways, utilities, water. and renewable energy sectors. 3D digital twin modeling is something which is new coming up trend. Everybody is talking about 3D model of the whole city. Whereas it can be utilized for property taxations and other things. That is something where we are working, and it is going to be utilized for the smart cities and AI-driven government. Governance is more important area of interest, which we are looking at. Okay,
Okay.
so we are developing that kind of tools. So thereas we are working very promptly. And
That is
yeah, please.
Yeah, that is amazing. And I think the journey is definitely inspiring, Rahul, I would say, because how you started, and rather than just focusing on your organization, you're spreading the wings, ensuring that even the students are there being roped in, ensuring that how new emerging technologies can be utilized in this specific space, and the impact, the work that you're doing, be it with railways or with respect to the water bodies, it's definitely impactful. And with all these examples that you have cited, I'm really keen to understand what has been the source of inspiration that keep your ideas flowing.
The, what we can say that necessity is all the things related to all the inventions. So we
Okay.
see a lot of scope and bridge trying to bridge that particular gap in India. There are a
Mhm.
lot of things which are coming from the China, and we still see we cannot work without China at this moment. But we are trying to develop the new products, and we are trying to work on the very small parts of it, whether it is motor, whether it is propellers, related to when it comes to manufacturing. But when we talk about the software development across the world, only the Indian workforce is there. But we do not have our own software in India. You know, we are still relying on them. We made the software for them, and we purchased software from them. But we are now developing for India and other part of the world.
As we're just moving close to the closure of our conversation, I would really like a piece of advice that either you have received or you would like to give to the startups or the organizations which are moving in this geospatial space.
Mhm. The only thing is they really need to be genuine to what they are doing, because
Okay.
because we don't understand the technology in the rightful way, and we don't perceive the technology that how it has to be and what impact it can make on different sectors. So they should be, very. My only thing is with the new industry startups, is they should have the perseverance into their subject matter, and they should not give up. That's it.
Great. Thank you so much, Rahul, for sharing your journey, your inspirational story. And I'm sure our audience would be truly left inspired with this. And it's amazing to see how geospatial market landscape has evolved in the last 10 years in terms of technology, in terms of the impact it is having across sectors in India. The opportunity is immense. It's just ensuring that the use of emerging technology is put with full genuinity in the right space. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much, Rahul, for being with us today. And
Thank
a
you.
heartfelt thank you to our wonderful audience. We hope this conversation offered fresh insights and sparked new ideas for you. Keep an eye on this space for more inspiring discussions. Until next time, take care.